Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. Welcome to our second tutorial for subject HVAC analysis. And today we're gonna refresh a bit on CHVAC software, which I believe you already learned in cooling load subject. But today we're just gonna look at an example and try to do together. Okay, so now this is an example that I've outlined, and you may download it from uLearn and refer to it. The best is, before you do this tutorial, is to print out this example sheet. Alright, let's see what's the specification. Alright, before that, this software, CHVAC software, basically is used for cooling load calculation or heating load calculation. And in this software, we can enter or give inputs according to specifications. For example, how many story is the building, the sensible latent heat, and building operation hour, and what is the construction material, is there carpet or non-carpeted, and what are the schedule of staff. For example, if the load is 100%, except for lunch hour 12 to 2, for example, and so on and so on. So we're gonna look at it one by one and try to do this example. For this example, this is an office building. It's a single-story building, and the activity is specified here. The building operation hour is specified, the material is specified, the lighting is specified, the safety factor is also outlined here, and the construction height, dimension of the wall, ceiling, and also type of roof, type of glass, is there any partition, everything is included. Okay, let's see. Infiltration, motor efficiency. Okay, basically this is the layout of the office. We have several rooms here. We have meeting room, discussion room, documentation area, main office clerk. Is it? Yeah. So office, pantry. Room 7 is assistant manager office, local manager room, and VVIP room. Okay, this is basically the layout, and I believe you still remember that this layout we have drew it in Flow Pro Designer. Okay, and I've provided the procedures how to do this tutorial in the same file, in the example file. Okay. And I've also provided the value for each room. I mean the result from the software with the red writing. Okay, so that you can check later whether you get the same result or not. So there is procedure here, the steps, and also the result. So here is the specification. So everything is included. Okay, for room specification, I've put the dimension of each room and it is in feet, length times width. So you really have to be clear and do not change, the length times width, not width times length. So if it's in the software, then you have to look at it again. Which one is the length and which one is the width? Alright, so this building, office building, we have 40% of staff, and there is number of staff in the table for several rooms. Not all rooms are occupied, but only several rooms are occupied. Room 4, room 5, room 7, room 8, room 9, and room 10. And okay, AHU duct sizing. There's guideline for AHU duct sizing, air handler unit duct sizing. And then we have main trunk roughness for the duct. Roughness factor is fiberglass duct board. Fiberglass duct board. You just have to select the type, and then the factor will appear in the software because it's in the library. And the pressure drop of ducting is about 0.1 water gauge. Ducting type for the main trunk is rigid duct with insulation, and the shape of the main trunk is rectangular as well as round for the round outs. So the round outs is round. Sorry. Okay, so we have went through the specification. So now let's see the software. This. Okay, so just go to file. Okay, now you can refer to the example sheets, and the procedure step by step is shown on the, let me see, the 5th page under subtopic procedures. Alright, so you just follow this one. So you just open CHVAC software. Alright, with this symbol, with the green symbol, then just open software and then select blank project. So you new project, file, and then new project. Then you just click on blank project, double click on it, and this one appears. Basically, in the CHVAC software, you just have to fill in all the tab. So general project data, operating load profiles, indoor and outdoor design conditions, master data, air handler data, room data, and plenum data, if any. So you just have to complete this one, and then you have to see whether your project is there any error or not by evaluate project. So after you evaluate, when there is no error, then you can actually generate the report, and I'll show you later on. So after you open this CHVAC software, under this general project data, so there is several tabs under G, under general project data. So these are the tabs: project, client, company, design, more design. So basically, under project tab, you just have to fill in what's your project title and for what company, for what is the address, and designed by whom. Just fill in this, and then this is yours, this is your address and so on, and then who's your client and the company. Okay, this is the main thing, the main, the input that you really need to fill in. Just wait a bit. Okay, you may also refer to the steps in the screenshot. The file name is screenshot that I've provided in the ulearn. There's also step-by-step guideline, so how to do the tutorial. Okay, under the design, you have to refer to the specifications back. Alright, people. Okay, under this people, under people, we have operating profiles. So this is basically the profile number that you want to use. Okay, according to the specification, we know that there is a lunch break profile. So we know that between 12 to 2, you may refer to the specification. Okay, between which are sorry, just wait a bit. Alright, here. During 12 to 2, 70% of staff take lunch. Alright? So you just have to bear in mind that there is no 100% load during lunch from 12 to 2. That means only the load is only 30%. Okay, so for the profile, you may choose later. We just remember the operating profiles is 1, and after this we can set this profile in the later tab. I will show you. Okay, so the lighting, refer to the specification again, is 1.1. Okay, here. Lighting, there is no profile for lighting. So just watt per square foot. So since this is office enclosed, this one, choose this one for the specification and click OK, then the 1.1 will appear. And for the equipment, light load density of office. Right, so you can read what are the load factor for. Here for load density of office, light load density of office assumes that 167 feet per feet square per workstation, with computer and monitor at each, plus printer and fax. For example, computer, monitor and fax diversity 0.07, printer diversity is 0.33. So basically the load is just light for this office, so you just choose this one. So we'll have 0.5 for the equipment. Okay. Um, and then for opening hour is 8 p.m. This is in the specification also, and the closing hour is 5 p.m. All right. People diversity factor is 100. Then sensible heat gain per person is 250. Because why? Because it is specified that the activity is moderately active office work for office. So you choose this one and 250 comes out. And then latent heat gain per person. Active office work. Choose active office work, which is 200. This one, moderately active office work. So for office, so just click on this one, then 200 latent heat per person will come out. Okay. People diversity options. In the specification, it is stated okay, you can see here somewhere so you can see here somehow I didn't find it, but it is stated somewhere. It is stated in the specification. Just now I found it, but now I didn't find it. It's okay, just let it be. Area per person option, so just put exact without rounding. Okay, so that's it for design. And then we go to the next step, is more design. For this one, we have default ceiling height, and also from the specification is 8. And then for building default wall height is 10. And default plenum wall height, I think that it is not specified, and we don't have plenum anyway because this is a single story building. And then we want to calculate load for cooling only, and the cooling calculation method, I choose CLTD, but you can read it more in help. What is CLTD and what is RTS? Basically, this is just a method of calculation of the software. So CLTD is cooling load temperature difference, and RTS is radiant time series. So just choose CLTD for this case. And next, safety factor is 10% for sensible and latent heat. You can read in specification. Alright, so heating, just let it be 0 because we didn't calculate the heating load. Alright, so now you have this one completed. For G, Now you go to the second tab, which is O. Alright, this is the profile that I've mentioned before, because we set in G just now, we set a profile, a profile is 1 to see the operating profile during lunch break. So we just write here lunch break, and you go, because it is stated in the specification then that between 12 to 2 the load is only 30%, right? Because to 70% of the staff go out for lunch. So you just put 30 and 30 until 2 p.m. means 30% of the staff not having a lunch. Right. This basically, this operating profile is to reduce the cooling load for the operation, the whole operation, people lighting equipment in certain hours of the day. Okay, so we completed O. Just go to the third tab, indoor or outdoor design conditions. Right, so I choose Malacca, Malaysia. Is there Malaysia? You have to scroll it, I think. I don't know. Miami, this is all US. Where is Malacca? Georgetown, Kuala Lumpur, Kota Baru. Oh, I just passed. Okay. Malacca. Okay, we have Malacca, Malaysia. So the latitude, altitude, and longitude will be automatically appeared here. And then we just have to specify is any month that is different from the other months. For example, we have rainy seasons during November. Sorry, you just put a drop down list and just choose November. And then the dry bulb and so on, you can change accordingly. So let's say the temperature is correct already. Okay, so just go to the fourth tab, master data. Okay, for master data, we have several tabs, which is for master data for roofs, master data for walls, master data for glass, master data for partitions and for shading. And actually here you can set if there's total three different types of material for roof, then you can set it here. So when you go to room data, after this you can just choose the profile. For example, the first material has certain U factors, the second one different U factors, and third one different U factors. And for the room data, if the room 1 use the material 1, so just click on 1. If room 2 uses the third material, then you just click on 3 on the profile 3, and so on. So basically this is the master data for roof. Okay, just follow the specification required for the roof type. Roof terrace system, dark color and suspended. Okay, so you just choose from here. We have roof terrace system, dark colored and suspended. Just dark colored. Okay, where under the dark, you just choose dark colored. Sorry, I've clicked double on that. And suspended, yes, choose yes. Okay, and right click, run new factor calculator, click to run. This one you can define for the material. And U factor, actually you can calculate. Is it provided in the example? We can see in the specification for roof, roof terrace system with dark colored and suspended. Ground reflectance is crushed rock, and it is already default, so you don't have to change anything. Okay, just close this thing. Just put 0.106 here for the material. Okay, now let's go to walls. Okay, let's see. Wall, we have the specification shows that the wall is 10 feet, constructed by 4-inch face brick, insulation plus 8-inch concrete. Color is permanently medium colored and in a rural area. So you just have to look at the specification every time. For this one, it's A, 4-inch face brick insulation plus 8-inch brick. Okay, just choose this one. I don't know why it doesn't run. It should appear automatically when we choose the type of brick. So, however, the color is medium. And just so you know, the type A, so you just see here, you can refer here actually, 0.11, because ours is 4-inch face brick insulation plus 8-inch concrete. So just put 0.11 U factor. Alright. Fertig. Finish. So just go to the glass tab. Refer specification again. Glass or window using clear glass with shade. Assume shading coefficient is clear. 3 16-inch thickness with medium blind. Glass dimension is 5 times 5 feet. Okay, so just go to the glass tab and then Ours is clear glass with shade. So our clear glass with shade, now we have 0.81. Right, so winter U factor, actually we don't need it because it's in Malacca, right? But just play safe, just put 0.83. So clear, shade, yes, 0.83. Okay, shading coefficient, clear, and this type 332 3 16-inch thick. So the coefficient is 1, and the internal shading is used, and the internal shade coefficient is medium. So we have clear, thickness 3, 32 3, 16, and blinds medium, and coefficient is 0.64. So just click on it and it will appear. Okay, now just go to partition. Actually, partition, in the specification there's no partition. The partition will be ignored. So actually in the software, just have to, you don't have to put anything, just ignore it. Okay, so let's go to the fifth tab, the master data, and now the air handler data. Okay, so for air handler data, we have main, general, infiltration and ventilation, indoor conditions, miscellaneous, duct sizing, equipment tabs. So you really have to see one by one, go through one by one. But refer to the specification again. Here the motor efficiency is 65%, static pressure across the fan. This is for fan, the data for fan. The static pressure is 2.2. The infiltration, this one we can put in the infiltration tab, is 0.5 ACH, air change per hour, and ventilation is 5 CFM per person, cubic feet per minute. Right here, AHU duct sizing, duct size, round out. We will give the input just in a bit. Right, actually there's no concrete specification for AHU. Well, not really. So if there's no specific specification, actually you are free to choose, but you really have to know the reason why you choose the type and so on. Okay, so for this system type, I choose constant volume using proportion, and then access air supply, I reserve. So supply fan type, I choose to use draw through. Occurrence of this air handler is 1. Okay, name, for name you can put anything, but I just put here draw draw through fan. Okay, so total heating supply, living heating core temperature, I just put here 95. Living dry bulb temperature is 55. This is for air handler, you just bear in mind. all this data is for a handler. Alright, so for motor and fan efficiency, it is already specified. It is 65%, so put 65 here. And the static pressure across the fan is 2.2. Alright, done for main. Now go to general tab. Select default to calculation spec in general project data. Just select here the default to calculation specified in general project data. Okay, any other thing you don't have to bother to change. Alright, so go to infiltration, because this one we have the information. So put CFM per square foot. No, we don't have. Sorry, this is for heating. We didn't calculate the heating load. So just go to the cooling ventilation. We use CFM per person, and it is specified that it is 5 CFM per person. And then cooling infiltration using air change per hour, and it is specified that it is 0.5. Okay. Right, now you go to indoor conditions. Just put the indoor dry bulb temperature, which is 75. Now you go to miscellaneous, summarize supply and return. Okay, here you put 1 and 0.25 because ductwork is insulated. Yes, it is insulated. Okay, and then for return, just choose the same. Yes, it is insulated. For miscellaneous gain, we don't have any special requirement, so just leave it. And we didn't use any preheated outside air options, so just leave as it is. Okay, now we go to duct sizing. Yes, this is provided, the data is provided. The properties, select whether or not you want CHVAC to calculate round out or main trunk duct sizes in the air system. Select calculate. For the round out, also the same, so we want to CHVAC to calculate it. So use schedule. Select yes if you want CHVAC to use the duct schedule as entered. Note that for round ducts, the schedule entries are for diameter of the duct, while for rectangular ducts, the schedule entries are for duct width. Just really look at it, the duct width, not the duct length. So click on yes. Same goes to runouts. And rough factor is also provided. It should be medium smooth. Okay, and for this one, for roundouts, it should be rough. Okay, and the pressure drop is also specified. It's 0.1 per. It's actually water gauge, inch water gauge per 100 feet. Same goes to roundouts. and the min and maximum velocity of for trunk and round outs. You just choose rigid duct for main trunk, rigid duct. Round outs is also same, and the maximum velocity is also rigid. Same goes to round outs. Alright, the minimum and maximum height for trunk and round out, leave it 0. Just leave it, because we do not have any special limitation. And the space, there's no space constraint, but if there's space constraint, then we should put the minimum height and the maximum height of the duct, the space that we have. Alright, the maximum CFM per round out, choose 125 for typical airflow for small commercial spaces. Right, for schedule, select even numbered inches complete. Where does it? Sorry, before that, just put 0 here and put 0 here. And the shape, we forgot the shape. So the shape of the main trunk is rectangular, and for the round outs we use round shape. Okay. And for schedule, you please choose, just click on this arrow and this will come out. Just choose even numbered inches complete, this one. The purpose is, it means that no odd inch sizes of ducting will be used. Everything is even, because there is no odd sizing in ducts. Okay, so this schedule will be automatically come out. And now go to equipment, the last step of this thing. Alright, this equipment tab is used for entering the cooling and heating equipment information, such as furnace or air conditioner model numbers and efficiencies. But since we have not finished entering data for this project, we do not know what size equipment should be used yet. So leave the equipment inputs blank for now. Okay, so we are finished for air handler data. So we go to room data. So let us enter specific information about the spaces in the building that will be cooled, including things like the wall dimension, window sizes, number of people, etc., etc. It's going to take a bit of time. Okay, for the first room, you just put the meeting room. Just name the room accordingly, according to the specification, because now in the example you can see here, you can see the room name, the room size, and so on. So you just write meeting room. Okay, just put system 1. Is there any zone? We didn't specify any zone, just put zone 1. Alright, here, the length and width. Just now, Just bear in mind, we really have to look at the length and the width. Okay, 18 for the length and 8 for the width. 18 and 8. And the height is 8. Height of the ceiling. Ceiling height. Okay, for main, the roof type, we used roof type 1 because we only just have one profiling for roof. And then wall, also 1. We just have one type of wall, so we don't have many choice. So here, just put 8. Oh, sorry, for the roof, the length is 18 and the width is 8. You just have to put again. So the reflectance is crushed rock. So it is default anyway. So just leave it. It's 20. But it is specified in the specification. If it's not default, then you have to choose the one in the specification. And direction is it let's go to example again. Just look at the, okay, north is here. Alright, north of the meeting room is here. So actually we have two walls of meeting room that facing outside. So for the wall type, you just have to give the input for the sides that facing outside. So if you look at this layout, you just please look at the walls that facing outside. So for meeting room, we have two walls that's facing outside, this wall and this wall. So in the under wall, so you have to choose another wall. So just copy again. The height is the same. It should be 8, and the difference is the length. And for the first one, we have 18. The reflectance is the same. And for the second wall, it is 8. And another thing that is very, very important is the direction of the wall. As you can see here, this wall is facing north, the 18 length. And another one is the 8th length, 8 in length. It's facing west. So in the wall type, the first one, the 18 length wall, the direction you just have to put north, and another one is west. Alright, so we have, I think we have everything now for wall. And now for glass. Is there any glass for this room? You just have to flip the thing. Okay, we have two glasses. We have one here and one here. Just go to the software again. Okay, glass type, we just have one. In the master data just now, we set only one type of glass type. Okay, and the width of the glass is 5 and the height is also 5. The reflectance, so this is for the first wall which facing north. Occurrence is 1. If there is 2, then you have to put 2. And I think that's it. Okay, you can, if you are not sure, just go to the specification again and again. Glass or window, blah blah blah. Right. Actually, we have 2, but the width and length of the glass is not specified. No, it is specified. Its glass dimension is 5 feet times 5 feet. Alright, so now you have the second wall. Second wall, you have 5 times 5, and the reflectance is you have to choose this second wall, and occurrence is also 1. So now you are good. So now let's go to the second room. Okay, for adding room, just go here, add new room. So add new room, the second one, just rename it to discussion room. And this time we really have to refer the layout. Okay, and the system 1 zone, just put 1 in the same zone, and the length of the room is 7, the width is 8. Please refer the layout, and the height is 8. And then for the first one, just choose a roof type with the length 7 times 8. The reflectance is default, so direction is up. Yeah, the roof is up. And then for the wall, for discussion room, we only have 1 wall facing outside, so just choose the wall type. The height is 8, and the length of the room is 7. Reflectance is default, and the direction is also north. Right, discussion room. So only 1 wall facing north, facing outside, and it's north. Okay, so you are done. And there's no window, so just leave it. Alright, so go to the next room, so add new room. Oh, this project already contains the maximum number of rooms allowed at this level. Just 2. Okay, I think there is certain limitation according to due to the license, but actually you can put the room until to the very last one. We have altogether um, 10 rooms, and we have 1, 2, 3 corridors. So after you put everything, all the inputs, then you go to the plenum data, but we don't have a plenum since this is a single story building, office building. And basically after you put all the inputs, just go to project and evaluate project, and no errors. If there is no errors found, then you can select report and click preview button. This one, select report. Okay, so the report, what do you want now? The inputs is general, air handlers, rooms, building. So the load summaries for building and also for air handler, and room details, zone details. Yeah, it is actually depends on what you want. No, you can actually plot everything, but just plot whatever you need. Okay, for the load profile graphs, load profile, what do you need? Okay, then just click what on the inputs and outputs that you want to know, and then you can click on preview. Okay, this is basically the reports that will appear. Yeah, so actually this is not because our inputs are not complete, so there's no sorry, I just have to go back. Sorry, now select reports. Okay, for the load profiles, let's see, I want to know load summaries for room, air handler, input, general rooms, air handler, title page, room details, zone details. Okay, and then load profiles. Okay, evaluate, we have evaluated it, then preview, and when it's appear, then you can print it actually. Okay, or preview, then we have this one. Okay, just so you know, this report, if you save the project, then it will appear in the same folder where you save your project. Okay, so I think don't forget, please remember to save your project. So save your project as, put in a folder, then the report will appear also. So I think that's all for our second tutorial. So thank you, and please remember, in order for you to complete this tutorial, you have to use CHVAC software. It's a loading software. It's a load calculation software. And please also refer to our example that I have provided, and the screenshot for the steps or the inputs that I have used in this tutorial. So see you in the next tutorial. Thank you for listening. Assalamualaikum. Thank you.